founder of Future Setters Institute. I'm currently working on a project of setting up a school in Edo State, Nigeria, to empower young minds in science, that is, help them to understand physics, chemistry, biology, English, and mathematics better. Now, we've observed that so many young persons go very far to get quality education, and we want to set it up where we are. So the best place to start is where we are, and we look forward to your support in any way possible. First things first, get rejected. The next thing is get snubbed. The next thing is get depressed. The next thing is you see a lot of people are beginning to be against you, begin to see it as an opposition, like what is going on. So many persons start suggesting, advising all sort of things, but actually the idea was brought to you. The idea was brought to you not like it should be rejected, but it should be looked into and see if there is potential. That is the point, to see if there is potential. We can type all sort of messages, we can send all sort of things to people, but communication is two-sided. Someone sends a message to you, it doesn't mean that the person is something or something like that. The person sends the message to you to know what you think about it. Now, you ignored it possibly because you don't have the money at that moment. You could have said so. At some point, you don't even have the money. You begin to say advice. At some point, you begin to look down on the idea. It's not relevant. So these are so many things. You get rejected, get advice, you feel so bad. People just begin to say all sort of things to make you depressed. But the truth remains that a person who is focused, a person who has a vision, a person who has the desire to help others, that is where there is passion. When there is passion in something, true people will come. True people will come in, and we see reasons why these ideas can work. So some persons, even those you don't even know before, you don't know them before, but they, at the first moment you speak to them, their spirits just connect with the vision of the person. So these are things that we look into. People are just like, why should I help him? What do I stand to gain? Who is he? We are all humans, and the truth remains that we at some point in time need to give back. That's reciprocity. Learn to give back, to support the young persons who have potential. No matter how small, no matter how big, everyone is respected and everyone's opinion matters. So once more, I am appealing to you to support me via Future Setters Institute, because we are working on a school project of setting up a school in Edo State, Nigeria. The school project is to help young persons in science to become the best version of themselves. So many young persons go far, they are complaining, they are having issues and all that, they are having challenges, but they don't know who to meet, they don't know where to go. And even when they go through these systems, they still don't get it, still don't understand how it's done, and they don't perform very well. So how do we really upgrade these persons to believe in education again? How can we mentor them to understand the value of education? This is what we want to do. So we've set up a GoFundMe campaign to support us in any way possible. You can support us, you can share the post, you can let them know about the project, you can share to your friends, you can just drop an amount of money to support the project. And I must tell you, this project will help us to achieve success. Trust me, I see a lot of light with both of us working in this project, working together to achieve success. Teaching is passion. A lot of people have different things they are passionate about. Some are good at staying in their shops, some are good at communicating with customers, some are good with engineering and so many other things, electricians and all that. Everyone has what their calling is, but my calling is teaching. And being in an environment where so many young persons go so far to get quality education, this prompted me, this ignited me to find a possible way to engage these young persons by starting from where I am. So meaning that I discovered that so many young persons are looking for quality education in the aspect of science, physics, chemistry, mathematics, English. Yes, I'm very sound in teaching physics, mathematics, and chemistry. But I go so far to teach these subjects. How about my own environment? How about I leave a mark in my own environment? Because we have a very huge population here. So many persons want to get this, but they are unable to get it. Reasons being that the places in this environment, only have primary schools, and these primary schools cannot groom them to become what they want to be, cannot give them that adequate mentorship that they deserve. So this is one thing that has kept me up at night, thinking of a possible way to solve this problem. And that's why I'm reaching out to you, to let you know that an environment in Edo State, Nigeria, which is ECUA, is currently in need of science education, currently in need of a position, a way we can, target these young persons, target these persons, and help them to become great and wonderful persons. Now, the goal is not just to train them in the aspect of science. The goal is also to train them in digital skills. Now, there are so many digital skills: how to set Google calendars, how to design graphic, how to make PowerPoint slides, how to do so many things can be taught to young persons, and they will be able to experiment and do these things themselves. Now, how about we set this up here? We set this up here, and people do not go far anymore. How about we save these over 1,000 persons from going far to get quality education? How about we set this up here by creating an environment where young persons can actually get what they want? Now, this is what we are working on. The first thing is we're trying to set up a school, not trying to set up. We have gotten an environment, we're gotten a building which we are going to be renting, and we are going to be renovating. The building has about 6 rooms. Now, these 6 rooms are shared into different categories. One of them is going to be our digital classroom, where young persons will be trained on digital skills, computer literacy skills, and so many other things, how to operate computer. Now, from next year, West African Examination Council examination, that exam is going to be online, and you're going to be done using a computer. So many young persons still don't know how to operate a computer. So many persons don't know how to type. So many persons don't know how to indicate the options, because it's the first time. So these are some of the things that we are going to be guiding these young persons on, preparing for JAMB, where they will be having access to questions and answers, knowing how to respond, knowing the right answer, solving, doing calculation, because calculation is one of the tough things. Organic chemistry, solving a lot of things. These are things that we've looked into that a lot of young people need in this place. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be an engineer. How about you get the basics? This is what we are going to be giving them, the basics of science. All we need from you is your support. We've created a GoFundMe campaign, and we need you to support us to make this happen. We need your support in any way possible. It's $1, $2, $5, $10, any amount you can use to support us to make this project a reality. We will deeply appreciate it. Now, these are some of the things we want to get. We want to get chairs, plastic and wooden chairs. We need tables. We need a printer. We need to do some renovation, painting, and renovations, painting, and so many other things, flooring. We also have some other things that we also need to do along the way to get. We also have a budget which contains everything you need to know about the project. How about you support us in any way possible? We're not asking you for too much. All we're asking of you is an amount of money that you can use to support this project